What does a Blue X tube have to do with Muscadines? I started with Muscadines. There's one right there, one right there, one right before the gummy bush, and one past the gummy bushes. I had 4 of them that I started with 2 years ago. They still have not really made it to that top wire. They get to the top wire to be able to split left and right and run down those lines, but the problem is they end up dying by the next spring, and that's a big problem. So this Blue X tube was stated on the Ison's website to put around all new muscadines to be able to help them grow. And there's something that I learned after my 2nd year of having all of my muscadines die back and start over, like this one. So this one is a Darlene muscadine, and it has started to grow down there in the Blue X tube, and it grew to right there. All of this, dead. I've done a scratch test on all of it, toast, no good. I had a Blue X tube on this one. I didn't have a Blue X tube on this one, and I'll show you what happened here in a second. I had a Blue X on that one, and then past the gummy bushes. So 3 Blue X tubes, and this one did not have a Blue X tube on it. There's a sugar gate, and the sugar gate, you can see at the bottom, it started to grow, but also it's alive there, it's growing there, it's growing there, there, and here. Look at that. So what does that mean? That means that all of the Blue X tubes that stayed on these Muscadine vines for longer than a year ended up dying. Did the Blue X tube kill the Muscadine vines, or was it something else? I am not exactly sure, but all I know is that I am not going to put Blue X tubes on these anymore, because this is the only one that lived and it did not have a Blue X tube on it. So all of these new muscadines that I planted here and here and there and there and there, all of those will not get Blue X tubes on them because I want them to survive and live. I thought that they would help out with humidity because I'm in a pretty arid environment. There's not a lot of humidity in the air, so I thought it would help out. But look at this one. There's my Hall muscadine. It's a good size down there at the bottom, about the size of my finger. Here's the root, or the growth that came off. All of this, dead. There's even a scratch test that I did. Dead. No life whatsoever. So hopefully I'll get some more starting down at the bottom because it totally died. I could be doing something wrong with it, but I have done the same thing on all of my muscadines with the exception of the Blue X tube on this one. Maybe Sugar Gate is just like a very resilient muscadine. And because it's resilient, it would grow with or without a Blue X. But I'm going to try it just like my grapevines because they don't have a Blue X tube on them and they seem to be doing good. I'm going to try it this year, see what happens. If they die, then they die and I will be wrong, but I won't learn if I don't try something new. So that's what I'm trying new this year. No more Blue X. Just going to let nature take its path, figure out how it's going to survive or die. And the fun thing is I have these nitrogen fixers right here. These are the gummy bushes. They're really fun. Look at these flowers that are on them. And that's the fruit. Gonna get hundreds, thousands of gummies. Look at all this, it's crazy. Anyways, you can watch my other video on gummies and the flowering and stuff if you'd like to, but thought I'd update everybody on my experience with the Blue X. Again, it's an experiment. All the new muscadine vines that I got here are growing. I think with the exception of one is not growing, but I planted 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 or 9 new muscadine vines, and I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm not going to have them go up and spread out along 20 feet. I'm going to have it come up to one side and come over here. That's about 10 to 12 feet. So they will be one-sided and 12 feet, which, I mean, I could be wrong, but I figure if I prune them and keep them small enough, I won't have tons of fruit. I'll have more different varieties, and I don't have to push as hard for them to grow. This one is the Sweet Jenny. And the Sweet Jenny, this is year 1 growth, and this is year 2 growth. Year 1, year 2. And year 2 got all the way up here, and I started to train it down, and I was like, yes, this next year I'm gonna get fruit. It's gonna continue on and grow. But nope, it died back, just like the other ones. And it had a blue X around it, and I have wrapped or removed the blue X. You can see some of the plastic right there. Removed it and put this wire around it so that rodents don't eat it. And maybe we'll get some growth. I'm not sure. We shall see. But I did a scratch test on this one. It's dead too. Hopefully I'll get some growth down here. Ooh, maybe that is some growth. That is. Check it out. Right there. Maybe if it'll focus good. A little bit of growth. Yay, go team. All right, again, that growth is all the way at the base, but it's dead, coming all the way up here. And after doing a scratch test, unless somebody knows something that I don't in terms of doing a scratch test and it dying or still being alive, even though the cambium layer is green. Here's the update for May 22nd. It is a little bit windy, so hopefully this wind doesn't distract too much. This is the Darlene Muscadine, and you can see that it has grown up to about almost 3 feet, 2.5 from a start over. Please ignore all the construction. This is the Sugar Gate that didn't have the blue X tube. And look, it's already getting to the top here, and we're in May. So that's good. Here I'm gonna have a split both sides. That'll work out perfectly. And it's looking pretty good. A little bit haggard, but we get some high winds and a lot of heat. This is the hull. See where it started all the way down there? That's it. Start over from the blue X. Here's the Sweet Jenny. It's only like 1.5 feet tall. Sad. All right, now we're gonna look at the other ones that I planted this last spring. All right, here are my 2 Isons. They're growing pretty good. They'll get up to the top of this, hopefully by the end of the year, but they're growing well. Here's the Black Beauty. It also is growing pretty well. This is the only one that survived last year. And it had a blue X around it too. And that's the minimal growth that it has had, being a year in the ground. Not very good. These 2 I just planted. I think these are also Black Beauties. Yep, here's one. There's one. Here's a Supreme. And this one is a Sweet Mix. That's right here. Both of them growing pretty good. Looking a little tired. The heat here is crazy sometimes. And then we have a Late Fry coming all the way to the top here. And this one is a Pulk Plus. So I'm gonna just take this guy and wrap it around a little bit. All right, anyways, thought that I would update all of you about what is going on with these Muscadines. So in short, would I put a blue X on my Muscadines in the desert? No, I would not, but that is me. Other people might make a different decision, but after doing this for, I think this is my 3rd year trying this out, I don't think the blue X is beneficial for what I'm trying to do. So anyways, any feedback or opinions are welcome because I'm new at all of this stuff. and I'm experimenting and trying some things out. So please leave a message below or go and watch the other videos that I have. Thank you very much and have an excellent day.